Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back again. Today, in this practice session, we'll be working on a very simple 3D model, which is a part of a part exercise during our training sessions. This is a very beginner level of modeling, which everybody who knows the basics of CATIA can do. Now, as usual, let us first understand the drawing. There are three views. It is a third angle projection and there is a section view. Now, first, this is the front view, this is the right view and this is the top view. The section view is only shown on the half side of the view rather than the full side. The half side of the view shows the internal features of how the holes are and for better understanding of your ribs as well as your circular feature. The top view shows us the features of the type of hole as well as the addition of material whatever is provided here. Now on the other side we can see the step type of a feature which is your counter bore hole. As you can see, this icon indicates counter bore. It has dia 20, depth of 5 and 9 through, which is the inner hole. The same is located over here, but it is on both the sides, that is on this side as well as on the opposite side. Let us begin by making this model using our part module. Under your mechanical design, you have part design. Now, instead of taking the whole shape and then giving a 10 offset, etc., I'll just take the outer shape and add thickness to it. We can do that using our pad command. So once I enter the pad command and say sketch, let us try to make the outline of the sketch first. This is the first line, which is around 50. Trying to make this line, and then we'll try to join the angle and then give it as 88. Let me try to mirror this onto the opposite side. Now I want the angle to end on this location and then the profile to go straight and then close it over here. The whole thing can be mirrored onto the right side. Now, since we already know that from the base to the end of this is supposed to be 88, I can also give the distance from here to there as 88, or I'll just be using this as well as this to give it as 88. Now we know this, which is overall length, which is 68. So I can either give end to end or I can give the measurement of the line, whichever is flexible for you. Now we know the overall distances, so let's try to maintain those as well. From end to end, this is supposed to be 124, and the overall height of the body is 165. So from this to the end of the body is supposed to be 165. Now while adding the material, I know that the thickness of this is 10. So I'd like to add it till 10. So once I exit and say OK, it will automatically ask you, do you want to use the thicken option? Once you say yes, it adds to your thickness side. Under your mode, you have thickness. Now go back to the front view. The one we have done on your outer to outer dimension. So the thickness should be towards the inner side and should be around 10. The thickness is towards the inner side and is 10 because the dimensions are outer to outer. This is your first model. Now, while adding, I haven't decided how much to. It is supposed to be added up to 50. I'm using mirrored event and giving 25 because wherever in CATIA you use mirrored event, you give half the dimension as it doubles the value. Now, before proceeding further, I'd like to give rounds. The reason is all the addition of materials are onto the round. I cannot give round later and add this feature because the round should be reflected to the existing feature, same as well as on the top. So let's try to give the fillets. Firstly, the outer ones, which are all are R22. Let me try to give the R22. R22 typical is given to the outer side. So I'm just trying to take R22 typical to the outer side. Now, there are rounds given on the inner side, which is R16. So let's try to do that as well. Let us take the inner side of the model. Rotate it a little bit onto the other side. for your better understanding and give this as 16. This is the rounded structure. To this one, there are few addition of materials which are this way. There is a circle which is added up to this. So let's try to first give a full round because the distance for this circle is given with respect to the center of the full rounded profile. Full round is tritangent fillet wherein it tries to give a tritangent fillet onto the edge. As you can see, tritangent is maintaining tangency with three different faces. I am selecting two different faces and the third face to create the tritangent fillet. Now, let me try to add material on this face. As you can see, they are in line. That is, the circle is also in line with this. So I am trying to make it that way, and I'll take the right view for better understanding and then try to sketch the circle. Now we know that the circle diameter is actually 38. And the distance from the center to center, as in this center to this center, is supposed to be 100. So instead, let us try to give the center, let us try to take concentricity first. This is my concentricity. You can check if it is concentric or not. I have got the icon already, so I don't need to give the concentricity. This is the icon. Now the distance between this center to this is 100. So let's try to give that as 100. Till where is this circle added to? The circle is added up to the immediate next surface it can find. So it will add up to the immediate next surface it can find. Since it is the rounds are already given, it will automatically try to add material with respect to the round. You can see, as you can see. Now I can mirror it onto the other side with respect to the center and go ahead with the modeling. There is also another circle of 38 which is added on the top, that is over here. So again I can select the same. Since it's located exactly at the center, I don't need to do much. I already have the center. All I have to do is just give the circle and maintain the dimensions. Now while doing so, I have to coincide this exactly at the center, then maintain the dimension which is supposed to be 38. Again it is shown in the top view which is 38. The addition of material for this is done up to 6. I'm just going to give 6. Now, when I say preview and go back to the front view, there will be some part of it which is in the air and not connected to the body, which I do not want. As per the drawing, it is supposed to be connected to the body and the round should be given. So on this, what I'll do is under the second limit, I will say up to next. So it does not create issues and adds it up to the next body. This is the addition of material. Now, there are ribs you can do using your stiffener command, of course. So, I am trying to make the stiffener command on the front plane, considering this as well as this as my reference. It's a very simple straight line, so you can directly take a straight line from here to there and then say exit. The thickness of the body is, the thickness of the rib or stiffener is 12. I'm just taking it as 12. Now again the same thing can be mirrored onto the other side because it has a common reference, you can do it onto the other side. Now let us try to drill holes before we give a perfect finishing operation to this model. First is a very simple hole which is located at this location. Again let me try to maintain concentricity. In every video of mine, you be maintain concentricity. Again, the reasoning also is provided in every video of mine. The reason is that if you try to update the model, the whole also should auto update itself. That is called a feature based modeling. If you don't do it as per that, the whole model will fail if you try to make any changes later on. We know that it's 6 diameter and is through, so I've given 6 diameter and I'm mirroring that onto the other side as well. Now, there are counter bore holes located over here. So, again, to go to your counter bore under type, we could select counter bore. This is your counter bore dimension. Counter bore dimension is actually 18 with 4. The axial hole dimension, which is the inner hole, is actually 9 and is up to through. Now, let us try to position that. Again, as usual, we have to maintain concentricity. Say exit. We can see the hole which is already being drilled. You can see the feature. This is your counter bore hole. You can mirror it onto the other side and also see the counter bore. Now The same type of hole is drilled on the top as well. Again, let us try to maintain concentricity first and then try to give the dimensions as per the drawing we have. Now it is 20 and 5 depth. So under my type counter board, this is supposed to be 20 with 5 depth. The actual inner hole is 9 and is through. Actual inner hole is 9 and is up to next. Through. Once I say OK, it drills the hole. Now the last option are your rounds. You can give rounds as you like. But let us start. I want the round to have a very smooth flow. So I'm giving it to the sharp edges over here first. And giving it only as 2 because they have already mentioned it is supposed to be 2. Now let us try to give the flow completely onto the body. Again, I'm using a fillet. This is complete flow through the body. As you can see, it flows through the body without any issues. It does it that way. This is how you maintain flow for the rounds. Similarly, since I have taken rounds at this corner, when I give it to this edge, it flows through the complete body. And that's actually 2 mm. The same can be done on this side as well. Just select the edge, it flows through the complete body and gives you the rounds. The last round is on this location. Again, I'll just directly select it and give it to, it will show you the round. This is a very simple beginner level of part modeling exercise at our institute. You can also follow the same process and practice step by step. If you want to know a little more advanced level in any module you're looking for, you can contact us. Our details are given in the description below. But meanwhile, you can like and subscribe to our channel, which helps us to post more simple to complex level of tutorials. Thank you.